Hi guys, welcome to the Gypsy Food Network, and I want to say thank you to all our viewers, our friends, and our subscribers. Thank you very much for watching us and joining us from our kitchens to your PC. Tonight we're going to be making
a loaf of gold. This is called, it's a cake. It's a yellow cake, and what we're going to be needing right now is 2 cups of flour,
2 cups of flour,
1 cup of sugar,
1 cup of sugar,
3 tablespoons baking powder,
3 tablespoons baking powder,
1 teaspoon salt,
1 teaspoon salt,
3/4 cups milk,
3/4 cups milk,
1/4 cup shortening,
1/4 cup shortening,
1/4 cup butter or margarine softened, which is a half a stick of butter,
half a stick of butter softened,
2 eggs,
2 eggs,
and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
and 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to add all of those ingredients. I'm not using the blender. I'm not going to use a blender. I'm going to do it by hand and add all of these ingredients in. And I'm going to be using a biscuit pan, which is that pan there.
A greased cookie sheet.
Exactly, a sheet. And I already greased it and floured it. And then we're going to make our cake, because I don't want it to be a thick cake, because I want to stuff it in the glasses here. And
so you're going to make homemade cake, in other words?
Yes,
with pudding inside?
Not the pudding inside, but we're going to layer it. We're going to put cake, layer it with the pudding, then we're going to layer it again with the cake, then the pudding, and then we're going to put the whipped topping on top.
Sounds good. Okay guys, once she gets rolling, we shall return. Okay guys, we're back, and here it goes. We're ready to roll.
Okay, we're adding our flour, which you tap on your cup, and you slide it back. That makes you an even cup there. We're going to place it there. We're going to add another cup of flour.
What kind of flour is that?
This is all-purpose flour. You could use cake flour, but I have all-purpose. Doesn't matter on the recipe. And you can bake this in any pan you want. It's just for this purpose, what I want is I need that kind of thinner cake in order for it not to be that filling. Okay, so we added that. You always add your dry ingredients first, and which we're going to add our sugar, and that was already measured out to a half a cup. We're going to add our salt, which is a teaspoon of salt. Sounds like a lot. Well, you know what? Let me make sure here before we put the salt. Yeah. 1 teaspoon of salt. I know that sounds a lot, but we're going to do it. Okay. And it says we need tablespoon, 3 tablespoons of baking powder. So I'm looking at that to make sure. Yes, it's 3 teaspoons, I'm sorry. 3 teaspoons of baking powder, which that's what it is. And like I said, we're adding all of our dry ingredients first. So that's 1, 2, and there's our third one. Now what we're going to do, just to incorporate it the right way, take your whisk and just move it around like so. This makes everything come out in one, so it's incorporated.
So in other words, just mix it.
Exactly. Now you're going to put in your other ingredients, which is the 1/4 cup of shortening, and we done measured that out. Just so you guys know, if you don't have a measuring cup, you can always put in 4 tablespoons, which adds up to 1/4 cup. We're going to add our butter. We're going to add our teaspoon of vanilla. Let me make sure so we can get this right for you girls. And it is, yes, 1 teaspoon. We're going to add that in there. And if you notice, we're not using the blender. We're doing it by hand. We're going to add our milk, which is the 3/4 of milk. We're going to add our 2 eggs. Not everybody's got a blender, so this way here, everybody can do it like this, like we used to do when we were kids. And then we're just going to mix everything together. I'll be back and I'll show you how the batter looks after we get done here, because this is going to take a little time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Hey, this is what the batter looks like. It's a thick batter, but if you can notice, see how the ribbon comes? Now that's what they call a ribbon, and that is a perfect ribbon right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to place it inside of our pan here, like I told you on the cookie sheet. I got the oven set at 350, and we're going to leave it in there. It says anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes here, but you know what? Because I'm not doing it in the pans that they asked for, I'm going to keep checking it, and I'll let you guys know. But I do want to show you guys one thing here. We're going to spread it just like you would spread, what is that called? A brownie. Okay?
Now that should be next. Homemade brownies are the best.
We'll do that on another segment, but right now we're doing this cake thing here.
Little homemade brownie with chocolate on there, with a little scoop of ice cream. Ooh, they're good to go.
So we even that out, and then all you do, take out any bubbles, tap it on your table twice, and pop it in the oven. Hey, welcome back. The cake only took 25 to 30 minutes, and instead of taking the 60 to 70 minutes, which that would take in a loaf pan, and this was a cookie sheet. I turned it already out of the pan, and you're seeing the back side of the cake, but we will flip it over as soon as it gets cool, and we're going to leave it cool on a wired rack. And I'm sure all you girls baked the cake before, so you know what I'm talking about. And as soon as it cools down, we'll cut out our circles, and then we'll start filling our cups and assembling our dessert. Be right back. So what I'm going to do is, like I showed you, you get your cup, and you just go right in the center and cut it. Comes out like so. Get your knife and just slice it down the center. Now you have your 2 pads here that's going to fit in your cup. And what you're going to do is add your chocolate. Add your layer face down, because you want it to get nice and chocolatey. Add more chocolate.
So does this need to be put in the refrigerator, or can I eat it like that?
Done, yes. No. After it's done, if you want, you can put it in the refrigerator, but you don't have to, because if you're going to eat it right now. But I would advise to put it in the refrigerator before you put in the whipped cream, because this whipped cream in the can, kind of like,
well, mainly all whipped creams kind of flatten.
Well, then you get your next layer, and you place it on the top, like so. Just put yourself a little bit of cream here, like I said before. Get that all wet.
Thank you guys from the Gypsy Food Network. We hope you enjoy. And thank you for subscribing, commenting, and rating. And if you have any videos to share, please let us know, and we'd be more than happy to get them up on the page.
There you go.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one, because I sure am. That looks like yummy for the tummy. Good night.